All right, it's JR3. We're gonna make got another project. This is my wife's car, 2008 CTS. She's the one being the video camera person, the video holding my phone till we get a camera. So we've been smelling gas in the garage, and I just kind of been putting it off. I thought it was just a fuel cap. Did some searching online. Apparently the something starts leaking up here on the top of the fuel tank at the fuel pump. From what I've read, it looks like you have to drop the tank. I mean, you know, the procedure is to drop the tank. And just from what I've read and what I'm looking at underneath, you have to drop the rear suspension, drop the exhaust, and drop the drive line. So I don't want to do all that. I mean, I can, but I don't have a lift, and I really don't want to be crawling around on the floor dropping the suspension. If I had a lift, I'd probably do it that way pretty quick, you know, get it done quicker. There is on some of the forums, there's a Cadillac forum where some guys are cutting an access hole in the floor. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I don't know who it was on the forum, but they had some pictures of where they cut and some measurements that they were kind enough to put. I think that's what I'm going to go by. I went to the wrecking yard today. My thinking was to cut a piece of floor out so I can make a real nice cover back on there. You know, cut an oversized floor from out at the wrecking yard, and then I could make a real nice cover. But they didn't have one out there at the pick apart, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it and at least see what we need to do. Let me grab. So I'm making my marks. I'm being a little more generous. I just want to make sure I have plenty of room here or plenty of access. This nasty stuff here. And then on his, I don't know what he's marking there. Here he shows that he comes even with the seat. But I'm probably going to come, that's what I was planning right here. I think it is. Alright, yeah. My son, he's up in, the 3 of the JR3 is up in Dallas. His old roommate. Taking a break from his tense life, I guess. I don't like how this looks just on the aesthetics. Maybe I should come with that hump.
That's what I was going to tell you earlier.
Whatever, with we just video.
With the little...
Oh, I see Wallace. She's going to tell me anyway. It doesn't take much to humor herself. She does a pretty good job. She can just stare at a blank wall and start laughing sometimes. That looks better, I guess. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense because then this one's not going with anything. Okay, and then as far as going to the center, where he had it marked really doesn't show me. I guess we're going to call it right here. Right there, and we're going to go like that. I'm going to come off of that. What? I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go and just kind of going off the printed picture from the internet. So we'll call it 10 inches. And then 10 inches here. What I plan on doing, since I couldn't find a floor over at my wrecking yard, is if I can cut this out nice and neat, I'll probably cut me some metal that'll stick out a little bit, or maybe I'll spot weld metal on top of this one to overlap, and then I would put my blind nuts here, and that way I could bolt it down. And then I'll use some of this stuff like this called strip caulk, or we used to call it dum-dum back in the day. I don't think they call it dum-dum, and sometimes I go to a parts store and they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Old school stuff, I guess. I'm gonna have to cut me a smaller edge, I guess. Probably won't all matter once I start cutting it. Alright, so that's marked. Now the fun part is I gotta drill a hole, a starting hole. And I gotta not drill into the tank. I think we'll place the drill right here on the highest part. So we're gonna take a pause. I'm gonna get my drill. See if I have a drill stop for a drill bit, and that way I don't drill too far. Good to go? Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do, so I don't drill too far, I'm going to use my step drill, or my unibit, but it's a step drill. I got this at Harbor Freight. Pretty good bits. I like them. They work good. I'm not about to spend all that money on a unibit brand. But I think this will help me not drill too far since it's stepped. Let's try it right here. Put my hand down here somehow. Get in here where I can control it more. I'm going to try not to do one in each corner, but I'll probably have to. There's my first one. And then, I don't have a stock collar. That ain't going to work as like I wanted it to. Maybe two of them will. These are part of to dowel on the edge of a board. I do a little bit of woodworking. I got a doweling jig, and this is part of one of the little doohickeys to it. And I thought maybe I could just put it on there to help it control my depth, but it's not long enough. Let me go grab another one. Be right back. I'm just going to go ahead and drill each corner because I'm probably going to have to anyway. Because I'm hoping to use my 10 snips to cut this out. So here we go. If the camera just goes to static, then we blew ourselves up. But I guess if we blew ourselves up, you'd never even see this video. Unless the number 3 part of the JR3 decides to post it. Out of humor. Say, look what the hell my dad did.
You would have burned up.
Huh?
You would blew ourselves up.
Yeah, but he could still post a video if the camera survives. He could post a video going, what not to do. On
Take it to the dealer and have them fix it.
Yeah, take it to the dealer and spend the $2,000. And that's what I've read online about. Anywhere from, well, I see 1900, 1500. Anyway. So my background is automotive. I did paint and collision work for like 25 years. So my thinking here is just to put these on here. And then adjust the bit to where it just barely pokes out. Just like so. I want a little bit more. I don't think they put the tank that close, but we'll find out. I put a hole in the tank, then I will be pulling everything out. Geez, something's right there. Look, let me get my flashlight. I don't know if that's a double floor or if that's the tank.
That's scary.
There's another panel. I don't know if that's a shield. That's probably the heat shield. Well, we'll see what happens. See what it is here in a minute. I don't see any spot welds in here, so that panel should come loose once we cut it. So here we go. It's probably too far. Try that. All right. Not far enough. There we go. All right, my bit went in to my drill.